If it's a day called today, we're talking guitars and life. All right, everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of Ted Paint Stuff. Now, hey guys, man, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. We are tackling the BCP acoustic guitar that I bought for $20 on the marketplace because it had a big old crack in that neck. In fact, it had a broken neck is what I'm saying, Jack. So in the last video, I think I got up into the point where I'd put the first coat of spray paint after, fixing the repair with glue and clamping it down and all the things that we do with repairs like that. And the last thing I think I talked to you about, I put the first coat of spray paint on. And after that, sorry, I'm distracted by my work here. I'll be cleaning this up in just a minute. Let me do that and talk to you. I'll do that later, talk to you now. How's that? That's a good plan. I thought it was a good plan. This guy has no idea what he's doing. Come on, guys. Critics are everywhere. Anyway, so when I put the first coat of spray paint on it, I could still kind of see that there's a hole in the neck where I didn't really fill it properly with enough glue, or I'd sandpapered it so hardly that the glue came out. So what I did last night, late last night, is I put wood putty in the cracks, and I got wood putty everywhere. Thus, the expanded scope. Sometimes we have scope creep because life happens. Sometimes we have it because Ted happens. Jack. Anyway, guys, so I did put wood filler, and this morning, clearly, I have sanded it, and then I have attempted to clean it up, although let me not touch it again. I'll get distracted. What I'm going to do in this video is finish this guitar. Now, the video is actually going to cover about 3 or 4 days of my life because there's going to be a lot of painting and drying and sundry things that we're going to be doing to the guitar. Set up, all the things. But for right now, what I want to do is I want to clean up what I need to clean up. I'm going to put one very fine coat of paint on here. And what I'm looking to see is whether or not I'm still going to have any visible gaps. I don't mind that the crack lines are there. I'm not trying to pretend like this guitar's never been cracked. That's part of the character, Jack. It's a perfect imperfection, Ray, if you feel what I'm saying, Jack. So yeah, man, when I spray that, I just want to see, do I end up with another hole in the neck? And if I do, then we will address the hole with some other product. I don't know what that would be yet. I'll assess things as I go along. So my friends, if you fancy a journey, if you fancy an adventure, why don't you run on out to the kitchen, get yourself a soft pretzel and a Coke Zero. Ooh, he didn't say Diet Coke. I drink a lot of zero stuff, man. Just no sugar, you know what I'm saying? It's not good for me. Anyway, point is, run and get you a snack, man. Meet me back out here. Guess we're in the backyard today. Let's get into it, but come on, man. Get up, get your snack. We got work to do. Let's get into it, Jack. So, guys, just a reminder, those of you who hang on the channel already know this. And oh, by the way, if it's your first time, welcome, Jack. Come back anytime and hang out with us at Ted Talks, Guitars, and Life. There are 3 things that are true today and every day, my friends. Number 1, I'm not a luthier. Number 2, I'm not a professional. And number 3, this is just one man's journey. That's all this channel has ever been. Nothing I do is prescriptive for anybody else. It's just descriptive of my brand of crazy with all things guitars and life. Think of this as kind of like the public television show This Old House, but instead of 2 cats who know what they're doing, it's 2 cats figuring it out. Well, there's only 1 cat. I think there's 2 of us. No, come on, man. All right, guys. Well, let me rattle this can. So we're going to be using Rust-Oleum 2X paint and primer satin. And guys, I'm still learning how to refin guitars, although this isn't a refin project, it's just a repair. But I need to use lighter coats, and I need to let it dry in between my light coats instead of just going all hard in the paint. See what I did there? All right, guys, let me quit stalling and paint this back of this neck, and then we'll visit about it. I'll move you all copacetically out of the way. Now that is supposed to be a dusting. So we're going to wait, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, and then we'll do a little secondary coat that'll be just a little bit heavier than that. Where I've gone wrong in the past is trying to get all the coverage immediately. So you can see here that you could still see the lightness, right? And so in my previous attempts with different kinds of guitars, I'd be trying to cover all that up with the black right now. But the light dusting is just to get a little bit of the paint and the primer on there. This is 2-in-1 product. If you were doing primer, you get the difference. Anyway, so I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to hit it with a second coat, kind of a medium-ish coat, meaning not super heavy, just a little bit more paint. But that'll be in 5 minutes. I'll cut you back when I'm there. Well, guys, love you with my whole heart, but I forgot to hit record. How did this guy get a YouTube channel? I don't know, guys. It's not that hard. Stinking critics. Now, guys, it looks like this is all one continuous time, but I'm stopping and starting the camera each time. I'm just not telling you that because that'd be kind of weird for me to say, I'll cut you back on, I'll cut you back on, I'll cut you back on. It's kind of obvious, right? Okay, so shout out Chris. Anyway, guys, so I'm thinking we're getting there. So in about 3 or 5 minutes, I'm going to hit it one last time, and we're calling it. That's it. Now again, this is satin, okay? It's not super gloss. So this color is going to be a little bit different than the rest of the guitar. So I'm going to have to pull that tape off after it dries and assess whether or not what we need to do is just paint the rest of the headstock down toward, the 12th fret or so, just to have some kind of consistency, or whether or not we're just going to call that mismatched color a beauty. Guys working on today, man? What kind of cool guitar projects you got going on? And don't say nothing, man, because all guitar projects are cool. Jack, you got that right. Okay, guys, let me bring you in here. We'll talk about it. So a couple of things. One is painting outside is probably not the ideal situation. However, it's just what I'm doing because it's what I've got to work with. Eyeballing this thing, I think I'm pretty happy with it, truthfully. What I don't see is a big old hole that needs to be filled. So we don't have our hole anymore. Will you be able to see the lines after the paint does its thing? I don't know. We'll have to find out. So what we'll do is we're going to give this some copacetic drying time, and then we will come back and we'll assess what we've got and we'll talk about it some more, man. Guys, man, can't thank you all enough for hanging out with me on another crazy adventure. Hey, special shout outs to the Jacks, man, our channel members. You want to check out membership, you can do that below. If you want to check out some merch, you can do that in the link below as well. But guys, whether you believe in channel memberships, have the money for that, or don't think that's a thing and don't want any of my stinking merch, Jack, just know that if you hang out with me for 1 minute of your life talking about guitars and life, I consider you a Jack. Jack. All right, guys, we'll be back. Well, all right, everybody. It's been several hours since we painted this morning. A couple observations. You can still see the lines. I don't know if that's coming out in the camera or not. Right here, maybe you could see that. And again, I don't mind if the lines are showing. This line right here, I can't get my fingernails in it or anything. So in other words, it's flat, but you can see the lines. Maybe you can't. Sorry about the camera work. This area right here, see how that looks kind of gnarly, but it is flat. So because it's flat, I don't think putting any more product on it is going to fill holes, because there's no, when I close my eyes and feel of it, there's no holes, in other words. However, I was thinking about maybe pushing some aqua coat in there or something, but the truth is, like I said, I don't think there's holes to be filled. I just think you can see the magic. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to let this dry. And I know, Mike, I'm touching it without a glove and all that. But it's dry to the touch, and according to the rattle can, it's dry. I'm just going to let it sit up for about 24 hours and before I do anything else. But I think what I'll be doing when we come back is we will maybe either go right into wet sanding and maybe put a little bit of some kind of, well, maybe I could, maybe I was thinking, this guy's processing in real time. Yeah, I'm external processing. That's absolutely right. Critics are everywhere. Maybe what I could do is I could throw some lacquer on it. Maybe what I could do is throw some True Oil on it. In other words, I want to put something over the paint. I don't think the lacquer is going to make that gloss, although it is gloss. Maybe it will. I don't know. That could be an interesting experiment. All right, guys. Well, for right now, there's nothing we're going to do to it. We're going to let it copacetically chill for a minute. Even if I were to put the lacquer on it, I would probably want to wet sand it. It has some kind of bubbles, spray paint, it's rattle can. And I was too close, and the rattle can spits and spurts sometimes, like I do. All right, guys. Well, I'll come back and show you what we did here. Stick around. Well, all right, my friends. It has been a day for me. And yeah, I think we're ready now to do my least favorite part of any refin work. Yep, you guessed it. Wet sanding. Yeah, I really don't like wet sanding, guys. Really don't like it. Somewhere I have a couple of pieces of 2500 grit sandpaper. So we're going to take our non-ammonia window glass cleaner. It's not spray weight 5150, but it'll do in a pinch. What's really weird about this is that wet sanding is usually a process that we do on a flat surface, and this is a curved surface. So I'm going to try to as gingerly as possible, and I'm saying as gingerly as possible. I'm going to attempt, and the key word is always attempt at TED Talks, Guitars, and Life. If you hang on the channel, you already knew that. All right, so let me kind of spray a little bit here. There we go. And spray a little bit on the sandpaper. And I'm just going to kind of sort of do this. As kind of gingerly as I can. And I'm just trying to knock off any kind of bumpies. That's a technical term. It is a technical term. Throwing down the tech talks at TED Talks, Guitars, and Life. Not to be confused with Oob's TED Talks. TED Talks? No. Not to be confused with Ubi's Tech Talks that he does on Tuesday nights right before my live stream. The Oob is laying out some good wisdom for those who are interested in the old interface situation. I think I got enough there. I wish I could kind of cup it, but what if I did this? Would this work? Maybe. Is anybody thinking he's doing that way too hard? I am. Okay, so I feel good about fewer bumps. It's smooth to the touch for the most part. Still got the crack line that you can see. Again, guys, I don't really care about that. I do. I tell you what, let's do, man. Well, I got a little bit of a. Let me get this ledge right here. This guy with the water. I know, right? Oh, that's funny. This is the player side. This is the side that the player sees. And I don't really necessarily care about cosmetic things myself. And guys, if I attempt to sell this guitar, I will be, of course, forthcoming about the reality that this was a neck repair. There's no way I would ever try to pass this off as a non-repaired guitar. My integrity would not allow me to do that. Nor would the Lord. So we'll just go with that. But so I'm going to find my paste wax here because I think what I'd like to do, I don't know, I'm of two minds. One mind is to throw some paste wax on it. The other mind is to spray it. What I don't know is if I spray it, will all of that weirdness still be there? The other option I could do is I could do one more time in the paint, as it were. I guess the last thing I could consider doing is throwing some kind of product in that crack. If I was interested in that. Maybe I should do that, guys. Maybe I should put a little product in there. If I did that, what would I use? What would I use? I think I can feel that just a smidge. So I'm thinking, what if, and this is a huge what if I took some aqua coat? And what if I just attempted to do that? Get some aqua coat in there. I'm going to go ahead and just put a thin coat of aqua coat in the hopes that is going to fill any kind of crack that I might actually have. It's very deceptive. It feels smooth. It looks rough. So this is a product that I discovered during the Orange Crush saga. Please don't say Orange Crush. I know, right? And it's kind of a wood filler alternative, if you will. And my hope is that I can just, by doing this, I am actually filling any non-filled areas. I guess that's already, yeah, I think I'm, sorry guys. Sorry, not sorry. This is me being me. We've all met. Yeah, we have all met. We've all met, and you guys keep hanging out with me, man. It's an amazing truth of my life. I have friends in spite of myself. All right, so let me get a squeegee apparatus. The curve is really causing some challenges. Anyway, during the Orange Crush saga, I discovered this I discovered this product and attempted to use it. I don't know if it's drying that quickly, where it's like scratching the surface, or... Alright, I'm about to leave well enough alone. Alright, guys. So I'm going to let that sit for a while. I'm going to let it dry is what I mean. Again, I'm just trying to get a smooth... If I could get a smooth feel right there, then maybe another layer of paint, and maybe you wouldn't see the crack. And again, it's not because I want to try to pass the guitar off as having never been cracked. That's not my heart. My goal is to just make it smooth to the touch. Cosmetics, I don't really care about that. Feel, I care about all day long. If I'm down here, I just don't... Yeah, anyway, you guys get it. This guy's banging that guitar up on that. Yeah, I know, guys. $20. Anyway, it's not... Hey, look, $20 isn't a reason to abuse your stuff, of course. Thanks, Dad. Oh, come on, man. All right, let's see. All right, guys, 45 minutes. We'll pick up where we left off. Hey, I just saw Brant working on his Kona acoustic guitar. Great job, Brant, with that little project that you pulled off there, Jack. I thought it was really, really good. Okay, guys, we're back at the workbench. A couple things have transpired since you have not been with me. Okay, everybody, good news. Ella's with me. Say hi, Ella.
Hi.
And yeah, man, Sunday night here late, my bride and I went to see the Superman movie. I came home and Ella and I went out in the backyard and we threw, a couple light coats of Rust-Oleum clear. I went with the clear gloss. I was going to use that Polar stuff again. It worked pretty good, that lacquer, but it's matte. And I wanted this to at least be shiny. It's not going to be the same color black as the guitar. You see the color difference, Ella?
Yeah.
But I think it'll be better if it was shiny rather than dull. So we're going to give this 24 hours to dry. We might hit it with a couple more light coats. And then we'll be for taking the tape off next time we're with you, which for you will be a couple seconds. For me and Ella, it'll be probably a day. All right. See you, everybody. Say bye, Ella.
Bye.
Bye, guys. And just an FYI, this is what our automotive paint touch-up kind of looks like under that edge of that fingerboard. You can tell I didn't get close enough right there. You got a little bit of color, but anyway, I think that's all right. I think it's going to be all right from the 22nd row, guys. Anyway, I just wanted to get rid of that two corners there with the bare wood. So from this angle, looks great. Nobody's going to get under here and look like that. But anyway, there you go. See updates. I did also go ahead and condition that wood bridge piece right there, tailpiece as it were. And I'm not sure, but we may need to sand that down to get our action low enough, but we'll see. That'll be another day.